Good evening, parents, and thank you for coming to tonight's Family Tech Night so you can gain a little bit of insight and knowledge as to how we use technology in our classroom. We're really living in a fascinating time in the 21st century. There seem to be new apps coming out on a daily basis that help us to encourage and strengthen learning within and even outside of the classroom. So, tonight we're going to explore some really exciting things that I feel like we're using here in the classroom. As many of you know, I really try to stay connected with you by using one of the things called our classroom blog. I know many of you have already seen it and read it and responded, and I appreciate that. We're going to continue to do that each week. And list, what's going on in our classroom, what we're doing, what's fun, what's exciting, and what's upcoming. And I really think it's important for parents to know what we're doing so that you can engage in great conversations with your children. Instead of just asking, how was your day, you can ask them questions such as, hey, tell me about your science experiment that you did today. It sounds really interesting. So that kind of makes the child feel like you're invested in what they're learning. So this evening, we're going to explore a couple of different uses of technology. We're going to start off with YouTube and use one of my favorite sites there called Cosmic Kids Yoga. And I really like to use this in my classroom for my students as a brain break and also to transition between, say, a reading comprehension lesson to math. It's really good for students to take a little bit of a break, to decompress a little bit, to kind of refocus, re-energize so that they're ready for the next lesson. And anytime we can get a child to refocus and de-stress and be ready, that's awesome. Plus, children, it's really hard sometimes just to kind of sit in a seat all day long. I feel like they need a little bit of time to get up and wiggle and stretch. So this is a great tool that we use here in our classroom. So come join me on the carpet in a few minutes and we'll do a little bit of yoga. Another thing that we're going to discuss this evening is an app called Kahoot that I like to use. And this is great because you can use this in the classroom and you can use it at home. You can access it on your phone, on a tablet, on a computer. So children can learn and take quizzes, create quizzes. I can create surveys just so they can maybe prepare for an upcoming quiz, or if they want to quiz their friends to prepare for a test, they can do that. I can also create a survey to maybe ask the students, okay, so we have some extra Eagle bonus points this week. So how are we going to spend those? Are we going to take extra recess? Are we going to have an extra brain break? Maybe even like what color t-shirt we want to use for field day. So we're going to have a little survey question this evening for you to answer, and you can go ahead and do that at the Kahoot station. The other thing that we're going to discuss this evening is the Padlet. And Padlet is a digital bulletin board that we use in the classroom, and it's a great tool because students can use it for various purposes, such as maybe posting a KWL, or maybe sharing a specific topic on their research assignment. They can answer questions. They can tell me if they have a question. So it's really a neat and exciting tool to use. So this evening, I have a fun little question, a would you rather question that you can answer. And then everybody can see your response. And it's just something fun and engaging so you can see how the Padlets work. I really appreciate you coming this evening into our classroom and checking out what we are using and why we're using things in our classroom. And I assure you that when we use technology in our classroom, that it is in a completely safe environment. Again, thank you for taking the time to invest in your child's future and in their education.